Hello everyone, today I'm gonna talk about 235 cash game in a local casino I played on December 28th, 2023. So the structure is blinds are 3 and 5 plus 2 on the button. Buy-in is from 200 and 800 and I'm playing 800. Let's jump to some hands. One is double barrel bluff. Have king 10 of spades on UTG 7 and raise to 15. Button calls. Flop is ace 5 deuce with 2 diamonds. I decided to continuation bet because I don't have much of a nut advantage, I think, but I have a range advantage, so I decide to bet frequently and small. Going for 10. Button calls. Turn is a queen of diamonds, giving me a gut shot, but it's not a great one because diamonds are already on the board. But I decide to like bluff anyways, because queen is good for my range, and I'm thinking if my opponent doesn't have an ace, he may have a hard time calling. I bet 35, but he calls again. River is a deuce, I give up, and button bets 20, like probably trying to get value from something like kings or whatnot. I decide to fold because I don't have anything, and stack is 730. Another one is bluff raising. I have ace deuce of diamonds in the middle position. Earlier position raises to 20. I decide to call and there are two more people in. Flop is queen jack jack. It checks. I don't want to bet just yet because there's been one person behind me. And I don't really have anything like no draw, no backdoors, I think, or anything like good. Turn is a king. Bet 20, which is very small because it's like a quarter of a pot or something. This is a call. I decided to give it a shot to raise because it looked like really weak. It looked like maybe there is some kind of small pair. But because king would probably bet like larger, I think. Queen might bet on the flop, or queen might also like, well, it may be checked to the raiser too. But all in all, since it doesn't look too strong, I decide to like give it a shot to a bluff. So I need maybe like 50% success rate, and it succeeds this time. So stack 840. I played versus a 3-bet. I have ace king of clubs in early position, standard raise to 15, middle position calls, and I think button 3-bets to 45. This is a hand I'm probably comfortable just playing for the stack. Unless I know something very specific about my opponents. And this 3-better had only like about 230 or so in the stack, so I didn't count exactly, so I forbet to 200. Button goes all in for 230 or so, and I obviously call. And he showed king jack of suits, so it's like a total bluff for like a squeeze. I'm not even sure that's a good squeeze card. Well, it has a blocker, but it doesn't have much of the playability, and I think calling all in is like probably bad because they're likely to be dominated, and you're only hoping that you're against like maybe tens or something. So yeah, it's a weird play by my opponent. Another one trying to bluff catch. I have ace king of suit in the middle position. Early position is 25. I 3-bet to 70, and he calls. Flop is ace 10 7 with 2 spades and 1 club, so he checks. I have a range and nut advantage, so I continuation bet for 100, betting like about 2/3 of a pot, and he calls. Turn is 8 of spades, bringing 3 to a flush. He goes all in for 350. I called because like all this lead looked a bit fishy. I think if like he had a flush, he would probably just check and see like maybe he can like extract an extra bet from me. Also, he may expect that I'd probably like check behind, but maybe like he can get some value on the river. But he may probably play this way with like some smaller flush, afraid to get in a force to a flush on a river. So he kind of might play this way with a set, but I also didn't. I also thought that he would probably just raise, being afraid of a flush draw on the flop. So that's probably why I decided to call. Um, I was wrong. I lost to a straight. So opponent apparently called me with like a gut shot and backdoor flush draw. Which is probably pretty weak here. I think it shouldn't have been done because like with a 3-bet my range includes a lot of aces. So unless he just like wants to outplay me, he should probably just fold. But he got like really lucky. I think if there's been like non-spade, I would probably just like go all in because he had like effective like 300 or so left, so that would be like a pot bet or so. So yeah, it's kind of unlucky run out for me, but that said, I should have recognized that I'm probably beaten folded because I think like some 2 pairs are available, sets are available, some small flushes are available, I think, for my opponent. And like I don't have a spade in my hand. I think with a spade is probably a good hand to like bluff catch and call, which because it has like extra 20% equity or so, even if I'm beat right now. But yeah, I just like I was too like caller happy, so I always like try to like bluff catch and see like bluffs a lot. Sometimes it succeeds, but sometimes it like fails pretty badly. Well, let's get to the next one. Making a flush. I have 10-8 of clubs on the button. Early position raises to 15. Middle position calls. I call. Just it's a good card to see like a multi-way pot and try to catch like a flush or a straight. Blinds call. Flop is queen, jack, and some low card of clubs. That's a best outcome for me. It checks. So early position best 30, middle position raises to 80, and has like middle position has like 300 or so. So I raise to 250. Early position folds and middle position calls. Yeah, had a little bit more. Should probably have like maybe raised more, but I didn't count precisely. Turn is ace, non-clubs. Middle position checks. I go like all in for remaining 30 or so, and he calls. River is the 5 of clubs, so that's where like my heart sunk. I thought I'm probably just losing to some flush draw now, which turned a flush. But he mucked, and later mentioned that he like had some like small flush. So stack is 920. Let's go to the next one. Betting the rake and bluffing. I have jack 8 of suit on small blind. It's probably like a kind of bad play by me. What I did button limps, I raised to 20 just because rake is like essentially like 6 if it goes post flop, and 7 because like you get +1 for a bad beat jackpot. So honestly, it's probably a fold. That's offsuit hand. It's not super well connected. And yeah, if I invest extra 2, that's probably a lot gonna be taken out by a rake. Not a great spot to be in. Flop is 10-10 deuce with 2 clubs. I decide to like just continuation bet it, trying to represent a 10. Big blind calls. Turn is 7. I got a gut shot, so I decide to keep bluffing. It's again, I have a junky draw, but it's kind of one of the best draws I would have with this hand on similar board. So I decide to give it one more shot and try to like kick out hands like ace high, maybe some small pair, maybe like deuce or whatnot. River is 7 of clubs. BB goes all in out of turn. He actually was checking out of turn as well. So I just like I don't have anything, cannot even like bluff catch, and going all in myself it also seems like premature. So I just like check and fold, stack 750. Aggressive play of a draw. I have king 9 of diamonds on small blind. Early position raise to 20. There are 3 calls. I think I have a good call based on pot odds and just like trying to get a flush or maybe a straight. And also king is kind of nice. Also kicker is not super good. Big blind calls. Flop is some ace and 2 low like diamond cards. So it checks. One of the callers bet 40, which is on the smaller side. This is about maybe like a third of a pot. And he had something like 250 total. So I decided to raise. I'm thinking that some weaker hand may bet and try to see where it's at. Maybe some weak ace also can fold. And I also have like 35% of equity if I'm go all in with him, so it's just pretty nice. So, and after my raise, everybody folds. The stack is about 900. Playing trips, I have 6-4 of diamonds on small blind. Middle position raises to 20. There's 1 or 2 calls. I call as well. Now I had some doubts because the problem is it's like a kind of one gapper and it's small and it's also out of position. So I could have considered folding pre-flop, but I decided to play. So flop gives me trips, 9-6-6 with like 1 club. So it checks. I thought that somebody would bet and I can like check raise. Then turn is 2 of clubs. I bet 60, which is about like 2/3 to 3/4 of a pot. Middle position calls. River is a 5 of clubs. It's probably one of the worst cards for me because like flush got there, like 7-8 got there, and like other sixes like pretty much beat me. So I check. Middle position bets 150. I decide to call. I thought, okay, I just have too strong of a hand. In the hindsight, I should probably have folded because my 6's kicker is weak. I don't block like say ace of clubs or like any club. And I essentially beat only bluff. And hands which can bluff catch. It's probably like a stronger 6's at least. Like because when my opponent calls on the turn, he has at least like some pair. Yeah, he may decide to bluff, but that's like a problem. I think I just was trying to see bluffs like more frequently than they appear, or maybe I just got unlucky. Who knows? Yeah, that's one of the reasons why like folding pre-flop could have been a better option. So I lost to like Jack 6 of suit, but just by kicker. I don't know what. It again felt bad because well, why Jack 6 of suit? Come on. But well, it happens. And playing 2 pair. I have Queen Jack of clubs on the button. Cutoff raises to 20. I decide to call. Maybe I should have 3-bet here. And then I think one of the blind also called. Flop is ace of clubs, queen jack of diamonds, giving me like bottom 2 pair. Cutoff bets 55. I played with this cutoff before. It's the same one who like led the 350 all in and called me with a gut shot. So I raised a bit more, like thinking that he may just call with some like bad draws. And maybe he'll call me some like weaker ace or like ace king or ace 10 or whatnot. And he calls me. Turn is 3, which is like brick. Cutoff bets about 300. I decided to go all in. I already was like prepared. In hindsight, it probably has been a mistake because there are a lot of hands that beat me this way. So after calling, like on a flop, I'm surprised he just didn't go all in on the flop. But there are like ace jack, ace queen, queens, jacks, aces, king 10. So I don't know. There's even consideration to maybe just like call the flop, but also there are like draws available, so I don't want to give them to any like free card. But also when I look at how many hands can like call my raise, there are not that many. It's probably like some like ace with a diamond, which is a pretty like still high equity draw, because like any ace, any like second card to a pair, any like 3 would give a better to pair. Maybe ace king, but I don't know. Probably ace king would just like check on a turn, I guess. So the thing is, I didn't realize that I'm probably beat, and again, I just like probably was a bit on tilt. So that's a mistake. So overall, yeah, that's gonna be my last hand for today. I think like biggest outcome of here is like recognize more when I'm beat. Try to have like some extra value or like blockers when I'm bluff catching, and don't just like don't put opponents on the bluff, because some of their line may look a bit weird. I know it's can be one of tells, but also sometimes it's just like maybe you should take it for a face value. Alright, that's gonna be it for me for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.